I'll try to do this without having to back up 15 times. So I'm going to start off by doing, let's see, we'll open this up to Photoshop. So we're in there. I want to go to File and New. And on your images, this pops up so it tells you what size of image you're going to do. Change that to inches and make it 12 by 5. So 5 by 12 inches gets you a photo that will be just a little bit, just barely bigger than what your Facebook page is. So now that you get that empty image, and we're going to put something on it, I went and found a picture on the internet that is, you said something about fireworks, but I found something that was, the reason I picked this picture is because it's got all the color and everything over here. This is black, and we're going to stretch this a little bit so you can put your logo up in that corner. And so there's not a lot of distraction. So once you got that picture, you bring that picture up, then all I'm going to do is come over here, click, and drag it onto my other one. So then the photo's there. To enlarge that, you just go up and click the Move tool. You can hit V or hit the Move tool, and that opens this up to where you can just grab the corner of it. And well, let me back up. Hit Shift when you do this, because Shift will hold the orientation from the corner. Because if you don't, I'll show you. So that holds the orientation. If you don't hit Shift and you just hit the corner of it, you screw up the orientation. So always hit Shift if you want to keep the picture the same orientation. Hit Shift and then bring your corner out. Now, I did this to show you. I'm going to take this section of the photo and drag it over. And in order to do that, whatever over on here on your channels, whatever channel is highlighted, that's the channel you're working on. So if I highlight the background, then I'm doing something with the background layer. If I highlight this layer, the picture layer, that's what I'm working on. This is all based on layers. And the higher up the layer, the closer it is to you, they cover each other up. So make sure your picture is selected, then go with your rectangular marquee tool, click on that, and then you get this little bullseye, and what you want to do is click and drag. So I've selected that part of the picture. Then after I've selected that part of the picture with the marquee, then I go back to the Move tool, and that allows me to take this and drag it over to fill that in. Then I just have to hit the check to say I like it, and then if you hit Command and D, that deselects it. So there you have your photo, and you got this nice big black area that you can put your logo into. All right. So, oh, looks like I missed something. I'm going to just pull this up just a little bit. I missed that little white. Now I'm going to take your logo and put in here, and I'm going to use the JPEG. So I'll go to my downloads. I'm choosing the JPEG because the PSD file is all the layers, and you really don't want to have to fool with that. You just want the logo itself. So I'm going to open up the logo. I'm going to do the same with it. I just pull this off here, click on that layer, and drag it over to my other, and it throws it on there. Now, let me open this up a little bit. I do that if you hit Command with the negative or Command with the positive, that brings it in and brings it out. Or you can use your pad, obviously, too. So, like I said before, we're gonna go to our Move tool, click the Move tool or click V, and then you want to take your cursor and hit Shift again. So you hit Shift and then click and drag. So we're bringing it down to size. So I'm going to leave that about like that size. And then again, I'm clicking the check to say that I like where it's at. I'm going to bring this in a little bit. Now, I don't know what size you want the logo to be, but you can click and drag this around. Now I'm going to show you a little trick to, you notice this picture has covered up some of our fireworks here, right? So if you come over here to the layer that your logo is on, in fact, I'm gonna click on this, double click, I guess, and hit logo, type logo in, double click that, and fireworks. It's always good to name your layers. It's a little easier to track them. So I'm clicking logo, then come down here and see this little box with the circle in it? That's called a layer mask. If you click on that, you'll notice it adds this. All right. Now the easiest way to explain this is by showing you. So you can, when you're in this layer, you can either click on the picture itself. You see how that changes, or you can click on the layer mask. All right. So we want to be clicked on the layer mask. We want over and get our brush tool. And I've got it set on 300 pixel. That's about, well, we'll go just a little bit larger than that. 400 pixels, yeah. And notice the opacity. When this is opacity and flow. If this is set to 100%, it's painting black completely. If it's set down here like this is, to where it's 16, or I got it set on 19 and 25% flow. That's all goes by feel, but what that does is controls how much paint you're putting on the picture. So to show you how this works, I'm going to put this all the way to the top. It's set on black. So this is black and white, and you're painting on the layer mask. So anything you paint black disappears. But if you paint it black, and if you notice, see the black right here? But if you paint it white, it reappears. So basically what you do is, in painting things black, you can fade the edges. So what I'm going to do is bring this back down to about 20%, 24, 25%. I don't have any set numbers. Make sure we're clicked on this, and then what we'll do is we just click and drag across this like you're painting across it, okay? And I could probably do this with a little bit more paint. And you can get rid of this edge. And to show you what you've done, if you take off this, see this little eye? If you click on that eye, that makes that particular layer disappear. So I'm going to make the fireworks disappear, and you can see what I've done here, because this is what the actual picture looks like that we're doing. You can see as we paint, it makes it disappear. All right. So there we have. Oh, we got. If you notice. Notice this edge right here. I'm going to move that over a little bit so we don't have this harsh edge there. So once you're clicked on there and you click the move tool, you can just use your arrows. Bring this over. Okay. So now we have, you got your picture, which this isn't a very good picture. I should have chose a little higher resolution, and then you got your logo, and we've clean the edges on that so this shines through. Now we're going to put a hat on here. Now I picked a hat off the internet. Gold party hat. There it is, Party Hardy. Okay, so here's your hat, and there's a background on this, as you can see. There's a couple ways you can do this. There's an eraser tool, and it's set on magic eraser right now. If you click and hold that, you get three choices. You can have an eraser tool, a background eraser, or a magic eraser. the magic eraser, you can click like that and it pretty much takes everything out. Let me go back, show you. So you just click it, it's gone. That leaves a little bit here, but that's okay. We're gonna get rid of that. So the other thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get rid of this down here, all these lines and stuff. If you get your marquee tool and you just click and drag, and then Command X, you can take that out. So if you look, I'm gonna bring this up tighter. You can see there's still some logos on here that they use to keep you from stealing the photos like we're doing. But I usually don't feel too bad about doing it when I'm just doing an image or something like that for Facebook. And you can find pictures on the internet that don't have any watermarks on them. But I want to get rid of this right here. So we're going to go over to, let's see, where am I at? Here we go. Okay, so this is the either lasso, polygon, or magnetic. So what I use is a polygon, all right? And once you clicked on that polygon, then at the point, you can take, and you click once right on the edge, and then you just drag and click. And you can take a little more time when you're doing it. Not going to be real precise here. So what we're doing is surrounding that, much like we did with the marquee tool. So this is select. They call these dancing ants. So that's selected. So you hit Command X, takes that out of there. So in the same way we did our other stuff, we'll pull this off so I can get a hold of it. And we're going to click it and drag it on here. Oh, now you see what you can see what it done. This kind of lets you know how the layers work. It threw it in underneath the other two layers. So all you do is click it and drag it to the top, and there it is. Now we want to size this to the 6. So click your move tool again, or V, and shift again till we get this down to the size we want it. Just click and drag. I think I'm going to put this kind of skew. And you can kind of fool with it. It just depends on how you want it to look. And we can have it. I had it done earlier that it looked kind of funky. I'll tell you what we're going to do. Okay, so that's the size. So I would like this to be flipped the other way. So if you go, while you're on this layer, if you go up to File, or I'm sorry, go up to Edit, down to Transform, and then flip horizontal. When I click this, if you watch the hat, it flips it horizontally. So change the size again. Make this look like it's actually click on the background. Now, I hope that's what you're looking for. I think you can use the tools that I just showed you to do what you want. You find the right stuff, and then you can add some verbiage in here, and this leaves plenty of room where your date and your announcement comes across here on your Facebook events page. So I think that about does it. I'll send this to you.